right, beautiful people. So this week we're talking about rates and ratios. So today's essential question is, what is a unit rate? So we're going to talk specifically about unit rate. So the first thing I want to do is I want to talk about what is a rate. So we've talked about ratios, and a ratio is a comparison of two numbers, right? So a rate is a ratio with two different quantities. So using different units. So I'll give an example in a second. So make sure you have that definition down. A rate is a ratio of two quantities using different units. So for an example, if I told you that I went to the store and I bought 4 pizzas for $24, okay, that is the rate would be that's not a 4 to $24 because I've used two different units. The first unit is number of pizzas, and the second unit is amount of money. Okay, so this is a rate that has a pizza number and a money number. Okay, another example is let's say I'm traveling across the country and I need to go 100 miles. And it takes me about 2 hours. Okay, so then my ratio or my rate here is 100 to 2, where this is number of miles and this is number of hours. Okay, again, I'm using different units because the 100 and the 2 aren't corresponding to the same thing. They're completely different units or completely different things that I'm measuring. Okay. All right, so then that's a rate. So a unit rate is when I take a rate and I make one of those numbers become the number 1. Okay, so a unit rate is a rate where one of the quantities is 1. So an example, let's use the example from above, the 4 pizzas for $24. Well, then I could get 1 pizza for $6, right? So the unit rate here is 1 to $6, where the first number is pizzas and the second number is money. Okay, so there's a unit rate because one of the numbers is 1. So something to really emphasize here is this word unit. It has a base like uni, like unicycle and unicorn, okay, and unifix cubes. This means 1. Okay, the word unit means 1. Okay, whereas as in one of the quantities is the number 1. Okay, so unit rate comes from the word 1. Okay, another example, if I take this 100 miles in 2 hours, then guess what? I went 50 miles in 1 hour. Okay, again, I just changed one of the numbers to the number 1. So this ratio or this unit rate is now 50 to 1, where 50 is the number of miles and 1 is the number of hours. Okay. So unit rate, just a rate where one of the numbers is the number 1. And notice I took them straight from the examples from before. Okay, think about how did I get from 4 pizzas for $24 to 1 pizza for $6? How did I get from 100 miles in 2 hours to 50 miles in 1 hour? What did I do? What sort of thing did I do in order to get there? Okay. And then let's do some examples. Okay, so my first example is, when do we use unit rate in our daily lives? So I want you to take a minute. I'm going to pause this video, take 1 minute, and write down any times that you feel like you've seen something like something in 1 or 1 for something. Okay, take a minute and think about it. All right, hopefully you've come back. So sometimes when we see unit rates are like, hey, I know that the price of gas is $2.38 per 1 gallon. Okay, this is a time when we use unit rate because it's got 1 as one of the numbers in the ratio. Okay, how about I traveled 25 miles per 1 hour.